Everybody, you know how to get your roll on. I know shorty and she does it with no slow song. I had it made last year, life goes on.
Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I got the look you just saw in my intro. I posted this look on my Instagram a while ago and I got some questions on it. So I just wanted to show you guys the full video and really talk through the whole tutorial in depth. And also obviously show you guys all the products and stuff. So before we get started with this video, please click the link in my description box of this video to enter the Smile Brilliant giveaway. Today's the last day to enter, so you can enter to win the $150 teeth whitening kit today, but today's the last day. So click that link in my description box. It'll be the first link at the top, and yeah, enter. It means a lot, so do it. Okay, so now for the tutorial. Basically, I always set my lids or prime my lids with the Tarte Shape Tape. I just feel like it really holds pigment on the lid really well. So I just pat that on my lid with a beauty blender, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Fawn from ANASTASIA Beverly Hills. It's just a single shadow that I had. And I'm taking the M209 from Morphe. I love this brush. You guys will see I use this brush a lot. But basically I use it to pack the shadow exactly where I want it and kind of create the shape of the eye look. And then I turn it sideways and I use this brush to blend out the same shadow. I don't add any additional shadow, I just use it as is, and I just kind of turn the brush sideways and really blend out that same shade. And then I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette. Obviously I use this shade a lot. I am a working makeup artist as well, and I use that palette pretty much on every client. I love it so much, and it's just a tried and true product. So I'm going to use that shade today. This is a really dark brown. It's not very warm tone. It's almost a cool tone brown, neutral cool tone. And I'm just placing that in the outer corner. And I'm really just packing it on the outer corner and then kind of sweeping it across the lid, and then blending it out with the same brush. So basically I do this a lot. You guys will see I do a lot of the same steps. I do a lot of blending, but I'm just sweeping it back and forth into the crease now and just blending the crap out of my eyeshadow, which is basically what this whole video is. You guys will notice I didn't cut a lot of the footage out. I did cut some or else we'd be here for a while, but you'll see that I just check in between blending how it's looking, and if I need to go back in, I go back in. I also switch back and forth between shades, so I'm just going back into that fawn shade and just taking that along anywhere that I see any like harsh lines or places that aren't blended. I'm just really going in circular motions and blending out the darker shade with that shadow. So I just do this for a while. Sorry if this is boring. I just know a lot of people want to see it, and to me, it's like I love watching this. So then I'm going to cut the crease just halfway. I'm just using that Tarte Shape Tape again on this flat Morphe brush. If you guys have trouble with this, if you have trouble getting the lines really straight or really round, I guess in this case, I squeeze the brush in between my fingers just to make it really precise. It's not so much in this clip, but I usually do that, so that kind of helps get a really sharp line. But basically I just put it on my lid and then I look up and that kind of creates the line where I need it to be. And then I just kind of, it's hard to explain, I just basically pat it down and kind of tug to create a line. Just if you guys can see anywhere that I feel is not as round, I just go over and kind of pat it with just the tip of that brush. It's very hard to explain, but yeah, it's simple once you practice. It took me a lot of practice to get this down, and I still am obviously not as good as a lot of people in the beauty community, but I'm trying, and I think this look turned out really good. So yeah, so basically I just leave the upper half, I kind of pull it down a little bit farther. I just think it blends a little easier, if that makes sense. Like the upper half of the cut crease is pulled towards the outer corner a little bit more. I just think that looks nicer. And there I messed up. And if you guys do mess up, I'll show you guys my trick in just a second on how to fix that, because I mess up pretty much every time I try to do this. So I've kind of figured out a trick to erase those little mistakes. So then, because I wanted this look to be pretty much all neutral nude tones, I just took the shade Tempera from the Modern Renaissance palette. It's just basically a matte white. And I just set that concealer down on the lid. And then I'm going back in with Cypress Umber, and I'm just taking this really nice detailed brush, and it's the Morphe M326. And I love this brush, especially for really detailed work. For a long time, I would try to do these really intricate looks with like my big fluffy brushes, and I was wondering why it wasn't working out and it wasn't looking as good as I wanted it to. And it's obviously because I wasn't using a detail brush, which is really important. So I just take this right around that cut crease, and this is what helps clean up those little mistakes. So I just take that darker shadow right around that line, and then I also use that little brush to blend out the smaller details as well. So I'm just taking that shade Fawn again, and I'm just going to go in and blend out that darker shadow with the same brush. I just think it works really well. I don't know why. I guess because I feel like I can get into the little cracks and crevices and really blend stuff out. So I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to blend out that line we just created. So now I'm taking that Cypress Umber shade, and I'm just filling in the outer corner of the eye with that. I just really deepen it up, and I'm just using that same detail brush. I just feel like it's really easy to place the shadow exactly where I want it with that brush. So I'm just creating the shape and filling in the outer corner with that dark shade. Then I'm going back in with the M209 we used earlier with no additional product on it. I'm just blending out all the harsh edges as always, and then I'm going to go in with a flat brush and just highlight my brow bone with the shade Vermeer, I think it's called, and then obviously blending that out because it was a little harsh at first. So that's basically it. Then I'm just gonna do a liner. I do it off camera, but I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream color in the shade Sable. You guys can literally look up any liner tutorial, but I just did a really swoopy, really dramatic winged liner. And it's in a deep brown shade. I didn't want to do black because I wanted to keep it obviously like neutral. And then I'm just taking that Vermeer shade on the inner corner. I like to place it on and make it really pigmented with a detail brush and then blend it out with a pencil brush. I just think, I don't know, I think it looks a little more put together. And then we're going to do the lower lash line. It's super simple, just the same two shades we used on the lid, just on the lower lash line. So I'm just taking the Cypress Umber shade and just basically placing that right below my lower lash line, really tight to my waterline, and then I'm going to blend it out with the fawn shade using a pencil brush. And that's it for the lower lash line, really. And then I just go back in, and I'm going to use the same cream shadow or cream shade from Anastasia, and I just place that in my waterline, and that is honestly it. That's the look. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please let me know if you guys like these really like close-up, in-depth tutorials, because I kind of like doing them. This was filmed a while ago, so I'm kind of off my game, but I'd love to start practicing again and filming for you guys. So let me know if you guys liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.
I already know and I like it. Take you to the mall and get you a new outfit. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like, whoa.